Dear friends, good morning on a Sunday, November 15th, the 28th of the month of Cheshvan, the beginning of a new week. And today, over 5,000 shluchim, emissaries, colleagues from around the world, leaders of world jury representing over 100 countries and most of world jury, if not all of world jury, are gathering together, this time virtually, to inspire each other, to learn and to rededicate ourselves to the commitment of ensuring that the message of Torah and Judaism reaches every Jew, and through us, God's message to the world reaches all of humanity. And the Rebbe started this movement, this army of people dedicating themselves not as a career path, but for the mission of making the world a better place, and who we would generally be coming to New York to come back to the headquarters, to be inspired by the Rebbe, and even after the Rebbe's passing, the Rebbe's energy and spirit at the headquarters of 770. This year it's all virtual, but the messages are no less important, and perhaps even more during this time. And one of the things that we learned very much from the Rebbe is how precious time is. How we have to look at every moment as an opportunity. Every moment is a world unto itself. We actually find, we're still talking about the life of Abraham, the end of his life in this week's portion. And the Torah tells us that Abraham was old, came in his days, that Avram lived a life that wasn't just fulfilling. At the age of 175, you could look back and say it was a fulfilling life, but every day was celebrated and important. Every day was productive. No day was wasted. And I heard a tremendous story from a fellow who was standing in line. This fellow is not just a fellow, he happened to be my teacher in yeshiva when I was yeshiva bacher in Morristown, New Jersey, a great Talmud Chacham, Torah scholar, a strong follower, chassid of the Rebbe. And like everyone, before Rosh Hashanah, they would stand in line to give akvittel, to give their redemption of a soul page where they asked the Rebbe to pray on their behalf. Before Rosh Hashanah and during Rosh Hashanah, the blowing of the shofar specifically, which is a custom by Hasidim, and many people, the Rebbe would get letters from all around the world, but specifically those who were in the New York area would come to New York, they would hand it personally to the Rebbe, and the Rebbe would wish them a happy New Year. And this fellow was standing in line, it was the night before Rosh Hashanah, and in front of him was a person who did not fit the mold of a chassid, dressed very elegant and well, but not like a chassid. And everyone was very close together, and it came his turn, and he gave his note to the Rebbe, and he told the Rebbe, in the quick moment he had, after the Rebbe wished him well for the New Year, he told the Rebbe, "You owe me an answer." Obviously he had written a letter to the Rebbe, we don't know how far back, and the Rebbe did not answer him yet. So the Rebbe told him, "But we had a deal, and you didn't keep your part of the deal." Imagine, on that night, thousands of people passed by the Rebbe. A split second, every person had a split second. Here was a fellow, I don't know when's the last time he saw the Rebbe. The Rebbe got thousands of letters a day. We know that the U.S. Postal Office said that besides the White House, the Rebbe was receiving more mail than any other single American. Incredible amount of mail coming, and the requests for blessings and prayer, etc. And here this man expects, and the Rebbe does, remember his letter. But the Rebbe told him, you did not do what you were supposed to do. So he told the Rebbe, correct. But Rosh Hashanah will pass and then I'll get to it. So the Rebbe turned to him and said, there are almost 24 hours left to Rosh Hashanah. Why do you want to push it off? Why can't you do it this year? Imagine how to view time. There's still 24 hours left. Why write off the year? There's still a world we can accomplish in those 24 hours. If I asked you to do something, we had agreed and made up you'll do something. Why would you even push it off for a moment? The preciousness of time. The recognition of the gift that's given to us by God of time. There's no greater gift. We spoke many times. The commodity of time is the most precious commodity. It's worth more than anything because you can never buy it for money. Once it's gone, it's gone. It's given to you as a gift, and if it's gone, you can never buy it back. And as our inspiration for what the Rebbe taught us is that you and I can accomplish so much in the time given to us. And every single day, we can change worlds. Sometimes we think we're pushing the envelope too much. I already did enough today. Why should I do more? But there's more time. What else can I do to be productive in my life? Or what else can I do to help someone else? To advance myself in my own personal development, or to do something for someone else. Why push off tomorrow just because I already did something today? Avraham Zaken Baba Yamim, every day of Avram was calculated in great detail, and every moment he was accounted for. That's how the Rebbe viewed time. That's how he taught us how the Torah views time, the great gift that Hashem had given us. Today, there's one commodity we have that most of us didn't feel we had before, and that is time. There are much less distractions. Yes, you can go on your computer, electronics, and you can sit and binge on films all day long. But we're not going out to social events. We're not going out, unfortunately, to celebrations. We're not just running out to restaurants, bars, clubs. Those things don't exist anymore. Many of us are going out to work, thank God. But when we come home, we have time. How do we use that time? And during this difficult period, this 8 months that we're into already, and hopefully doesn't last that much longer, imagine the growth we can have by ourselves, what I can accomplish for others if I just use the time preciously. So that's our inspiration. Count time. View time properly. It's the greatest blessing that you can bring to your life, to make time work for you. And when it does, there's nothing more powerful. So God bless you. Have a great day and a great week, and make the most of this week.